Okay, Assalamualaikum semua. Part 2 for chapter number 1, Introduction to Management. In the first video, kita dah tengok definition of management and essential managerial task. Kita dah tengok ke? Alright, so next kita nak tengok, we going to discuss on the managerial roles. Okay, kita akan tengok on the managerial roles. So type of managerial role ada berapa? Okay, we have decisional, we have interpersonal, and we have informational. So ada tiga decisional, interpersonal, and informational. Okay. So decisional this role that the manager plays. Okay, so type of role, then kita ada specific role lah. So bermaksud di bawah decisional role boleh dibahagikan lagi kepada 4, and these are the example. Alright, same goes to interpersonal. Bawah interpersonal boleh dibahagikan kepada 3, and these are the examples. And informational boleh dibahagikan kepada 3. Ini adalah example dia. So let us see on the what we see the managerial roles identified. Okay. So manager, diorang kena buat apa ni? Apa role yang, apa peranan yang diorang mainkan? So this is how the managers need to be able to handle different kind of role and situation dalam company lah. Okay, so kita ada decisional. First one kita tengok decisional dululah. Okay, so decisional managerial roles that have been identified by Mitzberg ni, okay, one of the important person in management. Okay, wait nah. Okay, kita proceed. Tadi madam pause, saya tak tahu apa pasal ke tak. So when we talk about decisional role, ni apa yang manager kena buat lah. So decisional role involve making decision and ataupun choices. Okay, so dalam company dan organisation, there is a lot of decision that the managers have to make each day. Okay, dan di bawah decisional role kita ada specific roles which are entrepreneurs, disturbance handler, resource allocator atau and also negotiator. Okay, kita tengok di bawah entrepreneur what kind of role activities yang diorang kena buat. Okay, so managers have to commit the organizational resources to develop innovative goods and services and decide to expand internationally to obtain new customer for organization product. Ni antara contohnya lah. So they have to make decision with regards the business punya decision lah. Okay, nak jual produk dekat mana, nak buka new branches ke tak. So that are some of the example untuk entrepreneur decision role. Okay, entrepreneur roles of the manager itself. Nak expand the business, where to get the customer. Okay, that is entrepreneur. Then kita ada disturbance handler. Okay, disturbance handler kadang-kadang in company akan ada masalah. Okay, akan ada masalah. So what they need to do, for example, they need to move quickly to take corrective action to deal with the unexpected problems facing the organization from the external environment, such as crisis, oil spill kalau involved in oil, COVID-19, all those SOPs, for example, from the internal environment, such as producing faulty goods and services. Dia produce barang salah ataupun servis bagi tak bagus. Macam mana nak handle this kind of problem. So this is disturbance handler punya role. Then kita ada resource allocator. Okay, to allocate the resources lah basically. Okay, so what can happen? They allocate organizational resources among different tasks and departments of the organization, set the budget itself, the salary of the middle and first level managers. So ingat tadi resources yang banyak-banyak tu, they need to allocate all those resources and make decision on that lah. Okay, bayar gaji berapa, siapa buat kerja apa, guna software apa, guna machinery macam mana. Tu contoh resource allocator. Dan kita ada negotiator. Negotiator work with suppliers, distributors and labor union to reach agreement about the quality and the price of input, technical and human resources, work with other organizations to establish agreement to pool resources to work on joint project. Okay, tu kerja-kerja negotiator lah. Mereka kena negotiate sometimes with the supplier, for example, on bila nak supply barang, banyak mana, harga yang macam mana. Okay, labor union ni apa? Kesatuan kerja. So kesatuan kerja ni dia mewakili pekerja. Okay, they will demand for higher salary. Tak nak buat kerja banyak sangat, cuti yang banyak. So they have to negotiate. So bila involved with those kind of activities, kita boleh katakan manager tu tengah play their role as a negotiator di bawah decisional managerial goal. Alright. Next kita proceed lah. Harap jelas. Next kita pergi ke interpersonal. Interpersonal role. Okay. Interpersonal role that they have to play in the organization itself. So when we talk about interpersonal, selalunya it will cover the relationship yang manager tu kena ada dengan other people. So who are other people tu? Sekejap lagi kita tengok. So it is more on the relationship that they have to maintain, that they have to jaga lah. Okay. So di bawah interpersonal role kita ada 3: figurehead, leader and liaison. Liaison sebut macam tu liaison lebih kurang macam tu, liaison. Okay, so untuk figurehead, for example, they need to outline future organizational goals to employee at company meeting, open the new corporate headquarters building, state of the organization ethical guidelines and principle behavior employee are to follow in dealing with their customer and supplier. Itu figurehead lah, dia jadi ketua gitu. Alright, dan kita ada leader, provide an example for employees to follow, give direct command. Okay, and orders to subordinate, make decision concerning on how to use the human and technical resources, mobilizing employee support for specific organizational goal. And untuk liaison, tak betul lah Madam sebut ni. Jom kita Google macam mana nak sebut dia. Senang kan, sekarang ni dah ada Google. Mana Google Madam? Alright, sekejap nah. Tak tahu lah awak boleh dengar ke tak. Paste meaning. Jap. Madam buat setting untuk you boleh dengar juga. More share sound. Okay.
Liaison.
Liaison. Ni American lah kot Madam rasa kan.
Liaison.
Liaison. Alright, ni American punya pronunciation I believe. But the the root word I believe it come from France lah, France. Okay, liaison kita gunalah American punya pronunciation tu. So untuk liaison, what will happen? They will coordinate the work of managers in different departments establish alliance between different organizations to share resources to produce new goods and services, reach agreement about the quality and price of the input, technical and human resources, work with others organization to achieve ni lah dia jadi macam orang penting lah untuk coordinate. Okay, to coordinate. Next, kita move on to informational. Ni rule yang depa have to do with regard to informational. Kita ada monitoring, to monitor, disseminate dengan jadi spokesperson. Okay, untuk with regard to information. So untuk monitor, they would have to evaluate the performance of the manager. Lepas tu dia pun kena take corrective action on how to improve. Okay, they have to monitor the performance, the task, the employee. Selain daripada tu, the changes that happen externally and internally. Okay, dekat ekonomi apa jadi, dekat our country, the demand of the product, the customer, the technological changes, tu contoh changes that could happen externally lah. Okay, then they have to gather all those information and they would have to discuss on how to proceed with things. Right, then disseminator. Okay, disseminator ni dia pun nak habaq maklumat dekat orang lain kan. So they need to inform employees about the changes that will happen. Okay. Then communicate with the employees on the vision and purpose of the organisation itself. Tu antara contoh disseminator lah, dia pun menyampaikan maklumat. Then kita ada spokesperson. Okay, spokesperson ni juru cakap, is it? Dia yang mewakili organisation tu untuk speak on behalf of the organisation. Okay, contoh kalau nak launch new product, dia pun lah yang akan jadi spokesperson, nak habaq, nak launch a nationwide advertising campaign to promote new products and services. Lepas tu kalau ada kena bagi speech, dia orang yang kena buat. Okay, tu antara contoh untuk spokesperson. Alright, so ingat managerial roles ada 3. Apa 3 tu? Okay, decisional, interpersonal dengan informational. So bawah tu ada lagi altogether, rasanya ada berapa altogether? 3 campur 3 campur 4, 10 semuanya role yang diorang kena pegang. Alright. Okay, then with managerial roles, next kita nak tengok level and skills of the manager itself. Okay, next kita nak tengok levels and skills of managers. Okay guys, untuk kita faham level and skills of manager ni, we need to know that to perform all those managerial tasks dengan efficient and effectively, okay, organisation selalunya akan differentiate diorang punya manager dalam 2 cara, which are by the level of hierarchy yang ikut objek tu, ataupun by type of skill. Okay, sama ada dia more on finance, HR, sales for example, and by using this, diorang akan decide lah, okay, decide manager mana nak pegang apa semua. And dalam organisation ni dia ada level dia. Alright. So untuk tahu level tu, kita kena tengok structure dalam organisation tu. Selalunya organisation akan bahagikan dia punya staff according to the department. Dan untuk each department akan ada seorang manager yang akan pegang department tersebut lah, akan lead department tersebut. And those department could be. Example-nya seperti manufacturing, accounting, engineering ataupun marketing, operational. So this department will depends on what type of business they are doing. Sebab satu department, satu company from one to another mungkin berbeza department dia. Okay? Mungkin berbeza department dia. So bila kita kata this is on the department lah. Okay, kita proceed. Nak kena baca ke definition ni? Okay, so department, a group of managers and employee who work together and possess similar skills or use the same knowledge, tools pula, or technique. Okay. So when they are grouped together, manager dengan employees ni untuk perform a certain task, we can call it as a department. Okay. Next, kita nak tengok levels of manager. So level of manager ada 3 sebenarnya. Okay, differentiate among the 3 level of management and understand the tasks and responsibilities of the manager at in the organization hierarchy. So dalam hierarchy, dalam organization ada 3 level of management. The first one is first line managers, dan kita ada middle managers and top managers. And siapa yang lead adalah the CEO itself. Okay, the CEO itself. Alright. So nak kena hafal ke ni madam? Ya, tahulah awak gambar rajah ni siapa yang duduk kat bawah, siapa yang duduk dekat atas. Okay. So kita nak tengok first line manager ni siapa. So first line manager dia duduk dekat bawah sekali tadi kan. Duduk dekat bawah ni. Okay. So sebab tu dia panggil sebagai first line manager. Ataupun bahasa yang kita selalu jumpa adalah supervisor. Okay. Yang kita selalu jumpa lah. Supervisor. Okay. So first line manager responsible for daily supervision of the non-managerial employees. Yang ni adalah diagram untuk level of manager. Siapa yang bawa first line manager ni? Those non-manager punya employee pekerja. Biasa dia orang ada dekat bawah ni. Mereka tak masuk lah dalam gambar rajah ni sebab mereka bukan manager. Okay. So supervisor responsible for daily supervision, dia orang akan monitor non-managerial employee. Okay, dekat kilang ada supervisor yang oversees the operators, ataupun dekat Watson store for example ada supervisors yang oversees their staff dalam tu. Tu adalah supervisors lah. Dan level yang kedua adalah middle manager. So middle manager ni siapa? Dia orang yang akan monitor ataupun supervise the first line manager. Bos kepada supervisor lah. Okay, manager kepada supervisor. So apa responsibility mereka? They are responsible for finding the best way to use resources to achieve organisation goals. Alright, so macam store manager tu pun ada lagi bos di atas tu. It depends lah, sama ada regional ke apa ke, based on region ke. It depends on the structure of the organisation. Okay, so selalunya they will help to macam mana nak to increase the efficiency of lah dalam organisation tu. Okay, so these middle managers akan find ways to help first line managers and non-managerial employees to better use the resources and to reduce manufacturing costs or improve the customer service. Okay, dia orang akan tengok this aspect. And to increase the effectiveness, middle managers, for example, evaluate whether the organization's goals are appropriate and suggest to top managers on how goals should be changed. Okay, so tu antara apa yang akan dilakukan oleh middle manager. Don't forget ya to read your textbook. Okay, untuk contoh lain dan penerangan lain. Next month kita tengok top managers. Okay, siapa ni top managers ni? Okay, top managers, they are responsible for the performance of all departments. Kalau tadi middle manager, dia pun supervisor saja ataupun the first line managers. However, untuk top managers, dia orang akan responsible kepada the performance of all departments. Okay. So kadang-kadang GM pun di bawah top managers juga. Alright. So top managers are responsible for the performance of all departments. They have cross-departmental responsibility. Okay, diorang akan oversees everyone. And top managers establish organisation goals such as which goods and services the company should produce, macam mana departmental interaction. Okay, diorang akan monitor the middle managers. Okay, so contoh top managers adalah siapa? Contoh top managers sekejap. Contoh dalam company, CEO adalah yang paling tinggi lah. Dan di bawah CEO tu, ni company yang agak besar. Kadang-kadang dia ada chief operating officers, chief finance officers, chief people officers macam si IMB ada. So those COO, CFO, CMOs, antaranya adalah the top managers. Alright, the top managers. And title from one company to another kadang-kadang different. Ada yang guna president, ada yang guna manager, ada yang guna GM. So it depends on how does the organisation decided to use the term ataupun the title itself. Alright. So that is top managers. Harap jelas. Okay. Alright. So kita tengok ni the level of skills, level and skills of manager. Macam mana this is the relative amount of time manager spends on the 4 managerial tasks: planning, organising, leading dengan controlling. Top manager dia lebih kepada planning and organising. Okay, leading, controlling sikit. Sebab apa? Controlling ni tapi dia yang paling banyak lah. Alright. Tapi most of the time dia akan buat planning. Middle manager still do planning, organising, and huge chunk of it adalah leading. Okay, and ada controlling. And first line manager dia lebih kepada leading sebab dia yang akan supervise all those non-managerial, managerial, orang panggil apa? Employees. Okay. Planning agak kurang sikit sebab selalunya dia akan terima arahan daripada middle manager. Still they need to organize and controlling lah. Okay. So this is the relative importance of planning, organizing, leading and controlling, and the 4 principal managerial tasks. The 4 principal managerial tasks to any particular manager, it depends on the position itself. Okay, so the amount of time spent depends on the level of manager. Okay, so done talking about the level of manager. Now kita nak tengok type of managerial skills yang diperlukan untuk jadi manager. Okay, so ada tiga yang kita nak address. Satu adalah conceptual skill. Okay, to be a manager kena ada conceptual skill. Okay, what is conceptual skill? Conceptual skills adalah the ability to analyze and diagnose a situation and distinguish between cause and effect. You want to analyze what will happen externally, internally. Lepas tu kena diagnose the situation, kena rangkakan ada cause and effect ke tak. Okay, dan selalunya yang paling banyak perlukan conceptual skill adalah top manager. Sebab apa? You see here in top manager dia kena buat planning kan. So dia perlukan lebih conceptual skill. Dia kena be able to analyze the situation, environment and make some planning. Then kita ada human skills. Okay, so human skills ni apa? It is the ability to understand, alter, lead and control the behavior of other individuals and group. That is human skill lah, human touch skill. Okay, dia pun boleh understand the stuff itself, lead, control. Okay, so the ability to communicate, to coordinate and to motivate people and to mold individuals, to groom them into a cohesive team distinguishes effective from ineffective manager di bawah human skills. And these skills can be learned through education and training as well as experience. So human skill, alright, siapa yang perlukan human skill ni? Sekali lagi kita tengok sekali lagi kita tengok. Okay. Okay. Okay, so for human skill, I believe at any level of management pun perlukan human skills lah, either top, middle ataupun first line. Okay, then kita ada technical skills. Technical skills is job specific knowledge and technical required to perform an organizational role. So kalau you jadi manager untuk finance department, most probably you kena ada finance knowledge ataupun education untuk finance. Alright, so technical skills, job specific skills that are needed. Okay, sama ada like manufacturing, accounting, marketing, and technological skills. It depends. So managers need a range of technical skills to be effective. The array of technical skills managers need depends on their position in the organization. For example, kalau you jadi manager restaurant, you may need cooking skill. Okay, kalau tiba-tiba tukang masak awak tak ada, chef awak tak ada tu kan. Alright. Kalau you pegang accounting department, you kena tahulah, kalau tak nanti kadang-kadang boleh jadi mistakes. Alright. Okay, tu adalah orang panggil apa? Types of managerial skill. Okay, so next is the diagram, the types and level of managers lah. Okay, first line, middle, top. Okay, kita proceed. So usually kalaulah in a company itself, how we want to have competitive advantage. Competitive advantage ni apa? Macam mana kita nak outperform our competitor. Alright, so outperforming our competitor is called as competitive advantage. So we need core competencies that are unique to our organization. So what are core competencies? It is the specific set of departmental skills, knowledge and experience that allow one organization to outperform others. Okay, so in another word, macam yang ditulis dalam buku awak, departmental skills that create core competencies give the organizational a competitive advantage. Okay, company awak lebih daripada segi apa? Customer service ke? Product innovation ke? Ataupun technological advancement ke? So those are the things yang boleh digunakan ataupun boleh jadi core competencies untuk company awak guna untuk outperform you punya competitor. R&D. Okay, kenapa orang nak sangat beli iPhone for example bila launch? Alright, because their core competencies maybe dari segi product innovation. Okay, contoh dia. Alright, so those are on core competencies. Okay, I think I stop here for the second video. Ada banyak video pula untuk chapter number 1. Next kita akan proceed dengan chapter number 3. Alright, see you in part 3.